Hey there. Before we get into today's episode, I have something fun to share. The Good Hair Energy Box is live. You can officially subscribe now and is packed with hair must-haves and little surprises to boost your routine. All you have to do is go to goodhairenergy.com, or you could check the show notes for the link. Today's episode is one of my favorites because we're talking about why you feel so good when your hair looks good. And no, it's not shallow, it's actually powerful. Let's get into it. Hi there, and welcome to All About Hair with Denise. If you love great hair, real advice, and that feel-good kind of encouragement, you're gonna love it here. I'm Denise, and every week we're talking hair care, confidence, simple beauty routines, and the kind of personal growth that feels doable. Let's get into it. Okay, so tell me if this has ever happened to you. You didn't sleep great. Your to-do list is a mile long. Your body feels a little blah because you skipped the gym this morning. And you're not exactly walking around feeling like you got this today. And then you just happen to catch yourself in the mirror. And your hair looks good. And guess what? Suddenly, you're standing taller. You smile, you're feeling a little prettier, and you feel like you could just about do anything. Maybe you're going to book that trip. Maybe you're just going to walk into Target feeling like you own the world. I don't know. But you do this all because your hair decided to cooperate today, right? And we laugh about it because it sounds ridiculous. Like it's just hair. But here's the truth. It's never just hair. And today I want to explain why a good hair day gives you a whole new mood and why that feeling is completely normal. Well, first of all, here's the problem. People love to act like caring about your hair is vain. But as someone who has spent decades behind the chair, I can tell you, your hair is one of the most emotional things about you. Because your hair is not just something you have. It's something you wear every single day. In every room you walk into, for every photo, for every conversation, and for every first impression. And whether we want to admit it or not, your hair is connected to your identity. So when your hair feels like you feel like you. And when it doesn't, you can feel off, disconnected, less confident, almost like you don't want to be seen as much. So no, this is not shallow. This is psychology. This is energy. This is you wanting to feel good in your own skin. So let's break down what's actually going on here, because once you understand it, you stop feeling guilty about it. First of all, your hair is your first impression. Before you say one word, your hair is communicating something. It could be communicating polished, you're relaxed, you're bold, you're soft, you're creative, you're professional, you're fun. You know, you've seen people and you look at their hair and you could tell a creative soul by just how their hair is. I remember my sister. And you probably have heard my sister on this podcast or seen her on my videos. When we were growing up, and it was in the late 80s, first of all, she has beautiful, stunning hair. She's got that perfect curl pattern. It's just beautiful. I wish I had it. And she used to wear her hair probably halfway down her back, and it was big. But again, it was the 80s, so we had big hair. And it was stunning, beautiful, and she was known for her hair. Everybody knew her by her hair. It was her identity. That's who she was. And I do remember when she wanted to get it cut, she had a really hard time with what people would think about her. But she wanted to get it cut. Anyway, she doesn't wear her hair like that anymore. She wears it shorter, but it was a thing back then. And she was very, very proud of it, as well she should have been. That just goes to show and tell you that when your hair looks good, you feel like your outside matches your inside and you feel aligned, right? Also, your hair is about control, especially in a world that feels so chaotic right now. Listen, I get it. Life gets messy. Your schedule changes. Your hormones change. God, mine does. Your stress levels change. Your family needs you. Your brain's doing like 48 things at once. We all have that, right? So when your hair looks good, it actually feels like a win. It's like, okay, I may not have my whole life together today, but I've got this. And that creates calm. And it creates confidence. And it creates momentum. Also, your hair is tied to identity and memory, just like my sister. That story I just told you about my sister. Your hair does represent seasons of life because you could probably put yourself back into a moment where you felt really pretty. It could have been high school. It could have been college. It could have been that first date with your husband. And we tend to hold on to that because we felt so good in that era of our hair. And we tend to go back to that style. I've seen it a lot of times in my chair that people have a hard time parting ways with an old style. They want something new, but yet they continuously go back to what they've always known because they felt the best at that time in their life. Because hair does hold emotion and it holds history. I do want to tell you, if you do have a hairstyle dating back into the 80s, you probably do want to change it up just a bit, give it a little bit more modern. Listen to your hairstylist, if you will. You can still have volume in your hair, just not that much volume. And if you're like me in the 80s, you had a lot of volume. You could still have volume, though. I love volume. Your hair does change your posture and your behavior. And I've watched this happen a million times in my chair. A woman walks in and she's kind of quiet and she's pulling her hair back and she's kind of apologizing for it. And she's just not feeling herself. She's like, oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. But when we finish, she literally transforms. She does. She sits taller. She smiles. Her eyes sparkle. Her voice gets a little bit more brighter. She looks in the mirror and you could see it. She's saying, there you are. Because when you feel good, you don't hide. You say yes more often. You take the picture when somebody asks you to, and you walk into the room differently. Another thing, the mirror effect is real. What you see becomes how you feel. If you see yourself in the mirror and you don't like your hair, you feel like you almost need a whole new life, don't you? You just need your hair to look the way you want it to, so you can remember who you are. I get it. But we all know that hair is also a sensory, and it really does affect your mood. When you have soft, bouncy hair, clean hair, hair that moves, it literally is giving you physical feedback. When your hair feels silky, you run your fingers through it, your brain registers that is good, right? That's why a good blowout feels like therapy almost. It feels so good. That's why washing your hair after a hard week feels like a reset. That's why people have Sunday resets. It's not random. It's biology. Now, here's the best part. You don't have to wait for a salon appointment to feel like yourself again. Let's create what I call a 10-minute confidence routine. And I want you to think of this less like doing your hair and more like changing your energy. Step 1. First, you want to redefine what a good hair day means. Because a good hair day does not mean perfection. I don't know very many people who have perfect hair days every day. Well, I did know one person one time. Her hair was always on point. But I don't know very many people. What it should mean is that your hair feels healthy. So if it's not healthy, you want to make sure you get rid of the dead ends, cutting it into a style that feels good for your face shape, for your body shape, for your cheekbones, your eyes, all that good stuff. You want to make sure your hair feels manageable. If it's frizzy, you want to put in a hair mask. If it's not doing what you want it to do, there are things that you can do to help it out, okay? But more importantly, you want your hair to feel like you, no matter what that is. If you want to rock your natural curls and it just happens to be big, guess what? That is allowed. I mean, there is something really wonderful about rocking your natural wave, and thank goodness it's so appreciated now. Remember about 10, 15 years ago where all of us were taking flat irons to our curls? Thank goodness we don't have that deal anymore. Whatever feels like you are allowed to do. If you want to grow your hair all the way down to the back of your back, do it. There is no hard, fast rules anymore about a certain age, being a certain length, anything like that. You are allowed to do whatever you want to do. If you want gray hair in your 30s or you want purple hair in your 80s, doesn't matter. As long as it feels like you. That's it. That's all. Okay, here's what our 10-minute reset's going to look like. First of all, you want to refresh the roots. Get yourself a little bit of dry shampoo or texture spray and spray those roots so they have a little bit of oomph to them, a little bit of volume. Or you could even do like a quick blow dry flip. What I mean by that is turn upside down, spray a little hairspray or texture spray onto the roots of your hair upside down, shoot it with a blow dryer real quick, and then flip over. You'll have a lot of, your roots will be definitely refreshed. Some people might have a struggle with frizz around their hairline. So you want to smooth that halo, just a little pea-sized amount of either a lightweight serum or a cream just around the crown and the hairline. It'll definitely smooth out all those little tiny fuzzies that you might have. You also want to add one intentional detail, and that could mean a cute little clip, or it could be a side part when you usually are a middle part. You could do a quick little curl on your ends, or you could just do a low pony and then take out some face framing pieces. Quick, easy, intentional, detailed steps. And then you want to finish with your signature move. What do I mean by that? Maybe it's shine spray, really shiny hair. Maybe it's brushing it out into really soft curls. Maybe it's just a little lift at your root. I know that's my signature move. I need lift at my roots. But it should make you feel like, yeah, that's me. Because anybody that knows me knows that I like a little root lift. If my hair is really flat, then you know that that's not Denise. So you probably have something that makes you feel like you. Curls around your hairline. Maybe it's side swept bangs. Maybe it is slick back all the way. Beautiful ponytail. But then you also want to choose 3 go-to hair moods. What do I mean by this? Now look, we all have hairstyles that we have in our back pocket. I know I do. Sometimes it's up in a high ponytail, maybe a low ponytail, maybe it's curls, maybe it's not curls, maybe it's a baseball hat. I don't know. But you need your 3 signature moves. So that way, if you're getting up and you're running late, that you have a couple of things you can go to, whether it's polished and sleek for I need to feel powerful. And that could be like smoothing it down with a flat iron. You could be effortless waves for I want to feel pretty, but kind of chilled out a little bit. That could be done with a curling iron. It could be done with a flat iron as well. It could be done with Velcro rollers as well. And then you can have maybe a pulled back but intentional high ponytail, a low ponytail. This is when you want your face to shine. And maybe you just don't want people looking at your hair. It could be a low bun. Having options gives you confidence. And confidence gives you energy. And then I want you to drop the guilt. Let's just be clear on one thing. Taking care of your hair is not shallow. It's self-respect. It's you deciding that you deserve to feel good, even when life is busy. You are allowed to want to look good. because looking good is not the goal. Feeling good is the goal. So here's what I want you to take away today. A good hair day doesn't make you better. It just makes you remember who you are. And that matters because when you feel good, you move differently. You also speak differently. You stop hiding and playing small, and you show up. So the next time someone says it's just hair, you smile and you just say, no, it's energy. If you love this episode, go check out the Good Hair Energy subscription box because confidence is a vibe and I'm shipping it to your doorstep. Click the link to download the free cheat sheet PDF. And remember, when you know better, you do better. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you love this, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what's next. And if you want a little extra good hair energy delivered to your door each month, go check out my Good Hair Energy subscription box.